Welcome to part 3 of the Mariculture video tutorial. This video I'll show you some power production that the mod offers. Although functional, it's probably better just to stick with thermal expansion, but he's provided some options for power and I'll go through them with you right now. So the basic engine is the man-powered turbine, which activates simply with a right click and it will charge up just like a clockwork engine, and once you let go it'll proceed to decrease in power. These are good for air pumps, which is a block that I'll explain in the diving video. Check out my playlist. So the next tier of engine would be the water turbine, which will need to be supplied with pressurized water, and to make your pressurized water you're going to need to build a water tower at least 10 blocks high, and then place a water source at the top and let that source flow down to the bottom. At the bottom of your tower you're going to want to put some sluice gates, or the sluice, and if you see that texture there, it's better viewed over here, that's the output face of the sluice, and the small texture bit there is the input. If you place them down like that, the output will always face you. So here I've got it set up. This is what the mod author suggested to me, because I was having trouble getting it to work. So if you contain the pressurized water using slabs, because pressurized water will damage terrain, so be careful when setting these things up. And then all you can do, or all you need to do, is pipe out the side or the bottom of the sluice block. I have 4 set up here, and we have a leak. Should we plug that off quickly? You can see it's started to damage the terrain there. That's a perfect example. So yeah, this will generate pressurized water. Each sluice will generate a small amount every 10 seconds, and you can pump that from the bottom, like I said earlier, or the side, and straight into a pressure vessel. Now this is just a container that will hold a liquid. It's a multi-block container. You can build it any size you wish, and it will hold your liquids. These can be upgraded as well with storage upgrades. So once you have your pressurized water, if you pump it out into a turbine, where did my turbine go? Now with the water turbines you need to give it a rotor, so we're going to give it a copper rotor. It will also accept an aluminium rotor, but it will not accept a titanium rotor. The tech's not high enough to accept, and that will generate power. Now these water turbines do a small amount of power, and you need a lot of pressurized water to keep it running once you give it upgrades. So you'll see here, if we give it a hyperkinetic upgrade, if we give it the ultimate, the power will go up quickly, which is 75 Vestone flux per tick, but it's draining this pressurized water quicker than I can produce it with one tower. So what I've done over here is demonstrated that it takes 3 towers at 15 blocks tall to keep a water turbine with an ultimate hyperkinetic upgrade running. I should probably demonstrate that. Just need to give it a rotor. The different rotors is just how much wear they can sustain over time. So let's turn this on. start producing power. This will accept capacitor upgrades, which will increase the internal storage, and it will accept storage which will increase the amount of pressurized water it can hold. All engines do that except for the man-powered turbine. So you can see here we're producing just enough to keep it stable. And like I said earlier, it produces 75 redstone flux per tick, which is quite a nice engine, but there's a lot of work that has to go into it just to keep that one powerful engine going. So the final engine is the gas turbine. It also needs a rotor to function, and this time we can use aluminium or titanium. Also, there's additional information on these engines in the factory book, I believe. Yep. Yeah, this thing is quite powerful. It does, with an ultimate hyperkinetic, it will output 350 redstone flux per tick, which is equivalent to 35 Minecraft joules or megajoules per tick. And it runs off natural gas. Again, which I'll show you in the diving video, how to harvest this stuff. And I think that covers the engines. Yep, it does. So if you found any information here that was useful, please leave a like. And again, if anything is you think is wrong, or I've made a mistake somewhere, please let me know and I'll get it corrected as quickly as I can. Thanks for watching.